Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all very much for listening in on today's bit of precious metals updates and in regards to looking at the crypto market as well. So just a special thank you to my subscribers. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this video today. I've got some nice articles we're going to be taking a look at shortly. So I'll be looking forward to showing you that. Silver having a bit of a selling day by the looks of things. So nothing to be too alarmed with. We're still way above our moving averages here. So I wouldn't be too concerned about this activity today. We're going to be looking at the usual precious metals market, and then of course I've got three articles here we're going to take a look at. One is there was £32 million worth of precious metals stolen by armed men in a sophisticated heist at an airport in looks like Brazil. So we'll be looking at that one, and then silver prices rally as investors seek cheaper precious metals. And then we've also got this one here. It says gold isn't necessarily an investment, it's life insurance. So we're going to take a look at that. And then on the crypto side of things, we got Norwegian Air to start accepting cryptocurrency for ticket payments, which I think is fantastic. And then we've also got Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin side. Should we be fearful of an institutional drive into cryptocurrency or excited? And then we're going to end off with a video. What is cryptocurrency? That is by Block Geeks. You'll see the link in the description. There's also a link to the previous video there as well. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Obviously, hit the like button as well. And then don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, so you can be kept up with updates. So with that, those are the articles we're going to be taking a look at, and we're going to look at the videos. Obviously, we'll start off with precious metals first. I just want to say hello to the people in the chat. So we've got Silver Junkies here. We got Jody Rhodes. He says evening. Whereabouts are you, Jody? I think you might be in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Silver Stealer, man, I've missed you. How are you keeping? It's good to see you. Right. Again, I haven't done any wedge marks or anything like that, or descending or ascending trend lines, because we're looking good. Silver is currently in the sort of mid to late 1630s. So yeah, I'm gonna hold in there. It's probably just gonna wait now until we get further activity. We've pushed on really, we've gone from strength to strength in regards to what we pushed through here. So we're way above our moving averages here. We're quite a bit above our moving averages. So it's understandable that we're going to see some form of retracement. So again, I wouldn't be too alarmed with it. Our 20-day moving average is 1583. And we're at 1636. So we're a good, what's that, 40 cents, 50 cents in that region. So I wouldn't be too alarmed about that. Let's have a look. We got Nick Molnar's here. Awesome. How you doing, Nick? Says Silver Junkie says my fingers are crossed for 1350. I need to load up. I'm thinking the opposite way, man. I want to see higher prices, not lower prices. Jody says the 1350. Oh, good luck there. Silver Stealer says I have to direct a Diana Ross concert tonight. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look there. Fingers crossed, though. Yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah, Jody says he's in London at the minute. Sorry, when you said evening, for me, this is still pretty much early, even though it's only 6:30. Let me know where you guys are in the world. So I'm currently in Ireland. Yeah, let me know in the chat, guys. Right, we're going to move on to gold. Gold is actually up on the day. So gold is $4.75 up. However, it did have quite a steady retracement back down to the 20-day moving average. Now, if you look at the 20-day moving average, it looks like, to me, it looks like support. So because if you look at where we've had contact at this area here, and we've bounced back up. We've had contact at that position there as well, and we've also gone up, and contact at that point there, and we've also gone up. We haven't quite touched it there, but to me, it looks like the 20-day moving average is acting as support. So we were at 1411 on the 20-day moving average, and it looks like, where we are there, it's holding. So, which is great. If it's holding now, then we're going to start off next week. I'm sure we'll start seeing some movement. I don't want to see any more downs here. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at a downtrend. So for now, it just needs to hold where it is, and then hopefully we'll get some good news next week. Graham Stacker says, sorry I'm late. How you doing, Graham Stacker? Thanks very much. Glad you made it. Nick Muller says, 1:27 p.m. in Ontario, Canada. That's great. The Silver Junkie says, low wishful thinking. Hey, anything can happen in this market, man. Silver chunky. You expecting a chain reaction, says Jody. In regards to what, the price? Or was it somebody else there? Oh, yeah, unless he's asking me if I'm expecting a chain reaction. Cool. Well, it's 1:27 p.m. there in Canada in the afternoon, which is great. Okay. Yeah, so looking there, I think we're looking pretty good in regards to where we're going to start the next week off at. So we can just maintain this level here. We should, I mean, we are trending. We have an ascending trend line anyway, so we're looking at something like that. So again, we are headed up in that direction. So we are going to hit higher highs hopefully next week, preferably before the announcement of the Fed. I think it's on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, I believe, and that is our target. There's our resistance level there at what's that, 1450. That is our key resistance. We get through that, and look, the first one there is 1439 thereabouts. We need to get over that first and then tackle that next one. But I think in all we should see a positive move in regards to precious metals next week. Platinum, that's seen a bit of a decline. However, I'm hoping it looks like this ascending resistance that it broke through is now acting as support. Because if you have a look at where we are currently, we're at 863, and it just seems to have touched and gone back up. So hopefully that is going to be ascending support. So we should see an ascending support line continue. And then hopefully it's going to start moving next week. So it's had 2 straight days in the red. Again, nothing that we're way above our moving average here. Our 20-day moving average is 842. We're currently at 863, so we're about $21 up from our 20-day moving average, and we're still way above our 50-day moving average as well. So I think we're looking pretty good. Clinton S, hey Clinton, how you doing, man? Good to see you. There's hello Silver Limey 79 and everyone. I just had to stop in to say hi off to the store, so I can't type and drive. Hope you all have a great day, and yourself. Thank you very much, Clinton. Awesome. Has anyone picked up anything at the moment? There, sorry, Jody Rhodes. This is the 29th. I think it's the 30th and 31st. That's what's been earmarked on the calendar. So we look there, 30th and 31st. So it is Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't think it's going to be Monday, but it's definitely the Tuesday or the Wednesday. Well, let's look at Palladium. Palladium again, sort of, it is up slightly. So again, it's probably, it's had a fairly decent retracement level. We should start seeing some upward movement. I don't know if anyone's gone into Palladium. Prices dropped down to about 1500 before it bounced through. So it looks like it was trying to break the support level there of the 30-day moving average, which was 1513, and then it bounced back up again, and then it built up from there. So it looks like at the minute we are seeing a slight bit of support on the 20-day moving average, the EMA, which puts it at 1527. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But the next support level appears to be the 30-day moving average. So we'll have to see how that works out in regards to where we are here. Now, if we look at this level here, this was the 10th of June and 9th of June. It was touching the 30-day moving average and then went up that way. If we have a look here, that was resistance, that was resistance, that was resistance, that was resistance, that was resistance. So it certainly does look like that is now turning to support. Barbara Carbone. Hey, Barbara, how are you doing? Allow me to just have a few minutes. I just want to say hi. Well, thanks very much for that. Glad you stopped in and said hi. Jody Rhodes says, I better buy more on Monday then. Nick Molland says, I have a copper investments. Lovely. That's one metal I don't really. I've got a couple of ounces, but I don't think they're worth much, really. I think they're worth, what's that, 27 cents or something per copper round. I think that's the latest pricing for that. They're not really worth too much money, but I suppose probably more of a collector value. Barbara says she's groovy. I hope you are too. I'm good, thank you. Thanks for that. Sucker for Silver says some profit taking today in silver and platinum. Still nice uptrend on the charts. Absolutely, I don't disagree with you there, Sucker for Silver. How you doing, man? It's good to see you here. Sucker for Silver. So yeah, it looks like we've got about 10 in the chat, which is great. Barbara Carbone, until my house closes, I'm not spending much money. That would be the same for me. Right, we're going to start off with these two articles here. So I did a brief there in regards to which articles we're going through. So this is one here. This appears to be some sort of heist in Brazil. It was an armed precious metals, $32 million. Sorry, 32 million pounds of precious metals stolen by armed men in sophisticated heist. A group of eight arrived at the airport in vehicles that looked like police cars, allowing them to bypass security. There we go. And there's just a shot there of one of the vehicles. And then we've got armed men disguised as police officers have stolen 750 kilograms of precious metals in a sophisticated heist at the Brazilian airport. The thieves bypassed the security system at Sao Paulo's main international, known as GRU, by using two cars that looked like police patrol vehicles. The 8 men were dressed as police officers, covering their faces, and carried weapons. Globo TV reported. Gold destined for Zurich and New York was taken. The haul was estimated to be worth around $40 million. To listen to the story, you can click on that. There were no injuries during the raid, but a police officer said an airport worker and 8 members of his family, including 4 children, were held hostage for 12 hours. Jeez. Reminds me of that movie. Was that movie called Hostage or something like that? Where the 3 bank robbers, was it Bruce Willis and I'm sure it was Hostage. I don't know, something like that. It was Bruce Willis and Kate Blanchett and another guy, and they that was them. The MO was to go and get the bank manager, keep his family hostage while they go into the bank. But that's some story. Let's have a look. Only problem with silver is storage. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that one, Jody. 750 kilograms. That's a lot of weight. Yeah, it doesn't really say. It just says precious metal, so it's probably more than likely big stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's platinum and gold and palladium. The 2 vehicles were found abandoned around 12 miles from the airport, but police are still looking for stolen gold. Okay, so maybe they left all the other stuff and then took the gold. I just thought I'd share that one. This was posted today. Right, let's look at this. So silver prices rally. So that would have been earlier on today, because the silver price currently at the minute is down. We're down 0.45, which is 0.8, which explains why we had this candle all the way up. We were at a high of 1652, and then we had a low of 1633. We're currently at 1635. So we just need to. I'm just going to make a marker here. There you go. That'll highlight this area here. This is pretty handy to give you an idea where the price is currently sitting in regards to your trend line. That's only when you select it, though. This is TradeView I use tradingview.com. So if you guys want to check it out, just type in TradeView into Google. It'll take you straight there. You can look at gold, precious metals. You can look at cryptocurrencies, stocks, bonds, the lot. It's pretty handy that way. Right, so let's get back to this here. So prices are on track for the best month since December and at its highest in more than a year. There we go. But prices of silver, which is a component of semiconductors, have received a tailwind from the signs of improving demand for the chips. Wow, okay. So it could also be just increased demand for silver in relation to manufacturing. When investors are taking a shine to silver, a soaring rally in gold puts the spotlight on a less expensive precious metal. Silver for July deliveries closed 0.9% at 1655 a troy ounce on the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange. Prices have risen around 8.5% in July and are about on track for their best performance month since December. They stand at their highest level in more than a year. For the silver bulls, the gains have been a long time coming. Investors largely ignored the metal in 2019, even as expectations of the Federal Reserve rate cut took gold to a 6-year high. I think there's a YouTube community member called Hi-Ho Silver, if I'm not mistaken. That is the name of the chart. Several factors are fueling silver's price rally. Both gold and silver have become more attractive to investors when the central bank's easing on the horizon, as the metal struggle to compete with the yield-bearing assets when rates rise. Unlike gold, however, silver is used extensively in manufacturing, and its price has been depressed by the fears of the slowing global growth. While those fears haven't entirely dissipated, gold's 11.3% year-on-year rate rise has sent some investors looking for cheaper alternatives. Analysts said silver prices are still down for the year at the start of July, while gold prices are already notching in a double-digit gain. There was a discount between gold and silver prices for a while, said Edward Meir, a consultant at the broker-dealer International FC Stone. Lately, however, there's been a relative value rotation into silver. Prices of silver, which is a component of semiconductors, have also received a tailwind from the signs of improving demand for the chips, said Mr. Weir. Prices of silver and other precious metals have also enjoyed a boost from the spate of uneven global economic data that has bolstered the case for more central bank easing. Hey, your concurrence, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Let's have a look. We got. He says here, I see both gold and silver as an insurance in the long term, particularly with Brexit coming up. God knows which way sterling will go after that. Jody Gold, 100% agree. I imagine 1-to-1 with the euro. Yeah, good for me, bad for you guys. AccuCurrents, I know. I consider them the same when I travel. Silverstein says, sorry, I had to waste a scammer's time for a moment. I'm back. Don't suppose you filmed that, did you, Silverstein? That would have been quite funny. Metal Bum, how you doing, buddy? That's good to see a Metal Bum there. She says, Jody Rhodes says, I'm avoiding the US until sterling crashes. All in precious metals. Metal Bump says, just going to be listening, guys, in the middle of some taxes. Good luck on that one. I'm sure that's going to be difficult. US Silver Stack is here, just saying hello. Silver Stealer, I do film them. Mr. Doughboy 356, hey man, how you doing? Mr. Doughboy 356, jeepers. He dropped in yesterday. He said, he's on 971 subscribers, guys. If you're not subbed to this man, you've got to check him out. The guy has flown to his current level. It's really good to see. Congrats on that, man. You're nearly at 1,000. Please help channel by smashing the likes. Yeah, thanks very much, Metalbone. Appreciate that. Right, the dollar will likely be an important factor in how far silver and gold can extend their rallies this year, as both metals are dominated in the US currency and have become more affordable to foreign investors when the dollar weakens. A comparatively strong US economy has kept the dollar steady against other currencies this year, despite expectations of Fed easing. This could change if the economy weakens in the coming months, forcing the Fed to cut at a quicker pace than anticipated. In energy markets, US oil fell 1.6% to $55.85 a barrel after the US Energy Information Administration reported that domestic oil inventories fell 10.8 million barrels, leaving commercial stockpiles at the lowest level in nearly 4 years. Analysts said Hurricane Barry lowered production, skewing the data. Brent's oil global benchmark fell 1% to 63.18 a barrel. I do believe this is the Wall Street Journal. We'll try and see if there's a name here. Not sure who wrote this article. It wasn't a bad one. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, here we go. Ira Isabashvili. She's the one that did that. Here we go. So we've got high of silver there. There's the chart. Silver continues contract. So it's just that 659 over there. It's obviously pulled back some. But look where we were. We were down in the dumps there, 14.32, and we've come back really strong. So hopefully we can see that. I want to see $17 conquered relatively soon. So I'm hoping by next month. Right. Let's have a look. Mr. Doughboy. Yeah, he says no. Thanks there. Please help. Yeah, seriously, thanks, guys. Thanks. Please hit that like button. That's great. He said Jody Rhodes says Trump's doing a good job, unfortunately. Trump 2020, and Mr. Doughboy says Melina 2024. Since when did the whites take over politics? I suppose you never know in this day and age. Right, this is an interesting one. This is gold. Isn't necessarily an investment; it's a life insurance. This was published yesterday. It's by Market Watch. It's by Jared Dillon, who's the analyst. It says here, physical gold is an important asset when the world goes haywire. Precious metals improve the risk characteristics of your portfolio. Obviously, it's a good picture here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 ounces of gold. And there's some great, nice bars there as well. I've always secretly wanted to work at a precious metals bullion dealer. Apparently, this person said, I love gold. I love gold certificates, I presume he means there. Oh, gold continuous contracts up, plus 0.24%. The silver and silver and platinum. I love them physically, and I also just like shiny rocks. But if you think about it, trading metals is really weird business. Say you're bullish on silver and you want to speculate on it, thinking it will appreciate in price. You buy an ETF, yes, or you can buy silver miners. But most straightforward way to invest in silver is just to buy coins or bars, which is what all of us do here. Stephen Heath's just got in. Awesome, buddy. The most popular coins, the most popular coins come from the US Mint. I presume that's if you're American, I suppose. I presume it depends on where you are in the world, but the most popular coins are based on the country that you're living in, I suppose. So, for me, the most popular coins would be Britannia's. If you're in Canada, the most popular coins would be Maple Leafs. If you're in the USA, if you're in the USA, the American Silver Eagle would be the most popular coin by the US Mint. But you can get coins from other countries too. So there you go. The most popular silver bars for retail investors are 100-ounce bars, which are typically manufactured by one of a few silver refiners. Asahi is the new standard after Johnson Matthey sold its gold and silver refining operations to them. Anyway, you can go to a bullion dealer, tell them you want a 100-ounce bar, and they will charge you the spot price of a silver ounce bar times 100 ounces plus a small markup. So you buy it, and now you have a shiny rock. Is it satisfying to have a shiny rock, especially a 100-ounce silver bar, which makes you feel like a baller? I'll tell you what, if I had a 100-ounce bar, I would probably feel pretty good. I mean, I don't know about you guys. If I had a slab of silver lying on the table here that's 100 ounces, I'd feel pretty good. But the shiny rock doesn't do anything. You aren't going to use them to sew a button, wash your car, or paint your ceiling. They just sit there. You hold them for a while, and if the price goes up, you are supposed to sell them. But most people don't sell them, and then the price goes back down, and then they end up in an estate sale, and then the dealer buys them back at a discount. Paraphrasing Warren Buffett, someone watching from Mars would be scratching their heads. There really is nothing more useless in the world than a shiny rock, but we love them. The bigger picture. I'm not going to get too deep into the philosophical reasons for owning shiny rocks, but briefly, in recent history, the government has had a habit of abusing its currency, which we all know about. Most governments abuse their currencies. Gold is an objective store of value, which the dollar is a subjective store of value. Big deficits, will probably be monetized. Some lunatics want to inflict modern monetary theory on everybody. Let's see if we can bring up an example of that. Nope, that'll be in a different link. Inflation trends higher, measured and unmeasured. President Trump is going to take over the Federal Reserve and do what he wants. That is my elevator pitch on holding precious metals. I have a theory that computers started to suck when dumb people started to use them. The same is also true of precious metals, which turned into speculative football in 2011. Those geeks are gone, and only the diehards are left. Is that true? Is it only the diehards of us left here? Hey guys. Step Stacker, Mellow Stacker's here as well. We got Hi Steve as well. He just dropped in. Fantastic. Bitcoin is losing momentum. You're absolutely right. We're going to take a look at that. I smell buying opportunity soon, hopefully. Right. Gold prices have hit a 5-year high, which do not get a lot of attention in the financial press. Precious metals also improve the risk of characteristics of your portfolio. In a 35-55-10 portfolio, which is 35 equities, 55 bonds, and 10% commodities, it's not reasonable to allocate an entire commodity portion to gold and silver. Most of the commodities have a pretty high cost of carrying. There is general rules of thumb. but you should have a 5 to 10% of your portfolio in gold anyway. Not sure what your gold ratios are, or if you guys have, if you guys do equities. I don't know if you do bonds, that sort of things, but just be interesting. You can just put it in 10, 50. You don't have to tell me. I mean, you can put it in there if you want in the comments. You can let me know how you diversify your portfolio. We might have some in the chat that don't diversify their portfolio, which means that they'll just hold one type of metal. They might just have all silver. They might just have all gold. They might have all platinum. They might have some platinum. They might have some gold. You know, just let me know in the chat. It'd be great to know. Otis is here as well. Hey, Silver. Silver Limey still doing the damn thing. Great content as always. Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. Where are we here? So here's some key points. Gold isn't an investment, it's a hedge. And it's not a hedge on your portfolio. It's a hedge on your life. It's a hedge on this place turning into a Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Not exactly one of the best Mad Max films ever made, to be honest. Always thought The Road Warrior was pretty good, and even the remake that they did fairly recently was pretty good, but I see where he's going. So if the price of gold goes up a lot, you might be happy, but you will probably be unhappy when the political developments in this country, including your marginal tax rate and lots of other things. I'm not saying that will someday be reduced to a state of nature where people barter for cans of condensed pea soup or silver eagles. I guess that would probably be some preppers that might be considering that sort of thing. The more likely scenario is that things will mildly suck and the price of gold and silver will be a lot higher in value. I spend most of my time thinking about how things can go wrong rather than how things can go right, which is probably the majority of us. Not many of us actually think about how good things are. I suppose we all think about, we always think about how things are going to go wrong rather than go right. That's how I'm wired. If I was Mel Gibson running around outside with a chainsaw, I'll probably be financially fine. He's obviously a Mad Max fan by the looks of it, because Mel Gibson was in Mad Max, or the earlier ones. People buy insurance on their houses, cars, and even themselves, but they won't buy it on their portfolios. Seems strange to me. That is by Jared. He's also got some other ones there. He says, who's ready for a decade of low or negative US interest rates? Buy all the coffee and avocado toast you want, but skimp on your house and car. He says, how front-running what Trump wants is a way to make money in stocks. Someone was pretty good, energetic article, actually. Gold isn't necessarily investment, it's a life insurance. And just that last quote there, I'll just say it again there. People buy insurance on their houses, cars, and even themselves, but they won't buy it on their portfolios. Seems strange to me. So I guess it's probably more about considering diversifying a bit and reducing the exposure risk. Sorry, I just need to check the chat here. We've added a few more people. He says, Silver Steeler says several 100-ounce bars helps hold the safe down. It certainly does. That is pretty good. I heard someone had a very large silver bar. It was I think it was, you can probably Google it. There was an article about someone who didn't realize that they bought a lump, they thought it was lead or something, and they were using it as a doorstop. It turned out it was like flipping, I don't know, 50 kilos of silver or something like that. Probably not as much as that, but it just goes to show. Jody Rhodes says 1 kilo silver bars are lovely to hold. Postage would be a bitch from America. Good evening. That is Stephen Heath as well saying hello. Sep Stacky says hello, gang. Bitcoin's losing its momentum. That's Jody. We're going to be looking at that shortly. And then Otis just putting some great comments in there as well. Silver Steeler, 95% silver, 5% gold. Trying to even it out a bit, but that ratio is killing me. What about platinum, man? Hey, Silver Steeler, the platinum ratio for silver is looking really good. You can get, I think you get 52 to 1, so you get 52 silver to 1 platinum. That's one way to consider it as well. Sanjay Varma says, how much Bitcoin are left to mine? There's probably about, I think there's 3 million, if I'm not mistaken. Just under 3 million, I believe. I think there's 21 million Bitcoin maximum. We'll check the supply. I think the supply is 17.8 million currently. Sanjay, hopefully that answers your question. Wherever you go, there you are, says hi, Steve. Master Blaster, yeah, that's right. Remember him? It was the little guy. He was called Master, and Blaster was the big guy. Yeah, that's right. Jody Rhodes, 4 to 5 million of new Bitcoins of mine. Don't think it's as high as that though. Jody Rhodes says, "You hold PM. Trust. I trust myself more than any bank." Yeah, I've got an interesting article which we're going to be looking at Libra's token as well, which is coming up. Mellow Stacker says, "What's up, Silver Nitrate?" Silver Nitrate? No way. Hey man, how you doing, Silver Nitrate? Awesome. How you doing today? There's another guy. He's on 965 subscribers. Well, he's now on 966. Just hit you with a sub there, my friend. Go check this man out. 965 is approaching 1,000. Definitely worth a look. So we got Melostack says, "What's up, Silver Nitrate?" And then we got, "All insurance is a waste of money unless you need it." That is a good point, Steve. Obviously, precious metals, they've got their own value anyway, but it is a form of insurance to protect ourselves should things hit the fan. And I guess that's his arguments in regards to this article. Mutswat says, "I get EPNS too. It's on channel 7." Silver Steeler, he says, "Never really looked into the other two metals much. I need to." Well, I tell you what, I'm looking into that because if I can swap 52 ounces of silver for an ounce of platinum, hey man, I'd be pretty keen to do that. And the ratio is looking pretty good, and you know the gains that are expected for platinum coming up ahead. I've done some great articles in regards to with the movement of platinum. I'm certainly bullish on platinum. You can check those out in the previous videos. I think I did one there 2 days ago. There was a great article about platinum. And you know, platinum's high was $2,200. Where was gold's high? Gold's high was 1.9 or something like that. So again, it could possibly be a good move if anyone wants to consider that. But again, do your own research, decide what you want. But you know, I'm definitely, if I had the money, I'd be looking at platinum. Because if you look at the gold to silver ratio, was it 86 or something like that? 86 ounces for an ounce of gold versus 52 ounces of silver to an ounce of platinum. All of a sudden, it gives you perspective. You can get, if you think about it, if you had $1,420 on you, you could get 1 3/4 ounces of platinum versus 1 ounce of gold. That's another thoughtful thing to put in there. So Silver Knight says, "Wonderful, thank you. On the fence with my alt wallets right now." Oh, there you go. So he's also in crypto. Love it. Silver Steeler, he says, "Never really looked into the two metal." There we go. Jody Rhodes says, "Someone crashed into my car today." Oh, thank God for insurance. Well, I suppose you need insurance in the UK, and it's illegal to drive without car insurance in Ireland too. Silver Steeler, as far as insurance, I have my fire safe. The whole place would burn down for all I care, as long as my safe is well is well safe. But yeah, that is an interesting point. I'm sure it would be pretty fine. Mudswat says, "I remember when platinum was a popular thing and just becoming jewelry. People loved it." Well, I'll tell you what's interesting about platinum as well. It's 14 times as scarce as gold. So I reckon it's just, for me, I'm sure prices are going to rebound. And if you check the article out, which I put in, I think it was yesterday's video. No, it was the day before yesterday. There was a great article about that, and it gave up in regards to where that there could be more interest, which could, in case there was a reduction in regards to automotive use for it, it'll more than likely be, they'll see an increase in investment purposes. So still, I think it's still going to be one to look out for. Right. Okay, so let's just check things out. We've got that video to take over. The video we're going to be looking at today is what is cryptocurrency. The link is in the description, everyone. So, you know, for those that just don't know, for the last 3 to 4 episodes of videos I've been doing, live streams, we call them that, I've been introducing you guys into a bit of cryptocurrency. We had part 2 of tokenomics yesterday. We had part 1 the previous day, or the day before that. And then we had what is Bitcoin, the day before that one. So we're going to be looking at what is cryptocurrency. The video itself isn't very long. I think it's down here. There you go. It's 3 minutes or something like that. There we go. So we'll watch this at some point, and it'll give you some sort of idea in regards to cryptocurrency. Right, let's look at this article here. Right, this is Norwegian Air start accepting cryptocurrency for ticket payments. Okay, and then we've got this one here, which is Bitcoin aside. Should we be fearful of an institutional drive into cryptocurrency or excited? And there you go. You can see the three wavy lines. That is Facebook's Libra token. And that was published today. It was about an hour ago. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. Let's first take a look at Bitcoin. Right, here we go. And I've been looking at these charts for most of the day. I've been putting wedges in, lines, trend lines, as you can clearly see. I've got all my trend lines in. What is interesting, it looks like the 30-day EMA is starting to look like resistance level as well, which, as we can see here, it's touching and coming down. Likewise, it broke through. That was a flipping strong punch through. It couldn't hold, and it's been brought down. So currently, Bitcoin at 9,793. We're going to take a look at volume. I don't think the volume is there for this market right now. It seems to be decreasing by 1 billion every day so far, at least. So what does that mean? It could mean one of two things. We're either going to have money flood into the market and push the price up, or we're going to have a price drop or a crash, whichever way you want to put it. There's just not enough volume to maintain this here. So we're going to take a look at that in a sec. Then we've got Litecoin and we got Ethereum as well, which has had a fairly interesting day in comparison to Bitcoin. But we're going to take a look at that in a sec. So let's just look at the Bitcoin chart here. So what I've done is we've got this is on the hourly. Let's look at let's look at it on the daily, and then we'll work it through on an hourly basis. Right, on the day, it's $87 down on the day. We've had a flipping lot of, as you can see, there's been a seriously lot of selling. Pretty much, what was it? 1 out of the last 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 has been green. They've all been red after that. However, what is interesting is we keep trying to break through that descending resistance, which I find very interesting, because if you look up here, we didn't even get close to it. Now, that could mean, again, that could possibly mean that we are getting close to a bottom for Bitcoin. Now, again, that could mean that. So we're going to take a look at the hourly. I posted in yesterday's video where I thought the resistance, or should I say the support, was going to be once the price had started to drop. There's a lot of videos out there saying the 8.5. I personally think 8.5 isn't that strong. I'm thinking more like 7.5 again. So, but looking at where we are here, we keep attempting a breakout here, which I think is very interesting. I've already had to move this. So we're focusing on this major downtrend here. We had an initial breakthrough on this wedge here. We've then gone up, and then we've now forming a new downtrend over here because we couldn't hold it, so we've gone straight back down again. So we're sort of back in this sort of wedge that we see over here. So looking at it here, what I've done is I've also done we've got a ascending resistance level across. I've got a resistance level coming down as well. Sorry, support, not resistance. That is support, beg your pardon. And then we've got descending resistance as well, so which I've also put in place there, as you can see. So looking at it here, there's been, a fairly steady day. Really, not much has really happened in regards to Bitcoin. So again, there's just not enough volume. We're going to check out the cryptocurrency report in a sec. I just want to check the chat here and just make sure. That's what says, I remember when platinum was popular. There we go. That's the one we were last up to. The safe will melt before the silver, says Jody. Today is my 16th anniversary. My wife's ring is platinum. At the time, it was ridiculously compared to gold. Now, not so much. I know, yeah, weird. Funny enough, silver nitrate. Even my wife's wedding ring, we went for gold. And I tell you what, jewelry is the most inflated material that anybody can buy, because literally you spend a fortune on it, and if let's say you were to get an evaluation, I mean, we found a piece of jewelry and we obviously tried to advertise and try to find the owner for it. There was a 18-karat gold ring that we found, and I think it had like 24 diamonds in it. Now, obviously, diamonds aren't that valuable really when you're trying to sell them. We'll sell them on. You'd think, wow, geez, that's a nice find. But in the end, we got it appraised anyway. We thought, yeah, let's just check it out, and they gave us a price on it, and then we said, well, no one's claimed it. Let's just see how much we can sell it for. I think the amount that they wanted to rob, they wanted to basically rob the coin off us. Sorry, rob the ring off us instead. Even though the value of the coin, the replacement value was high, they wanted to give us 1/10 of what the insured value was for that flipping thing. And since then, I said to my wife, I will never buy jewelry ever again. I mean, I've got my wedding ring, my wife's got her wedding ring, and that is as far as we'll go jewelry wise. I just think it's the biggest crock under the sun, jewelry. But hey, if it supports my precious metals market, someone else is going to be buying it. Not for me, never again. Especially after that, you pay a fortune for it up front. And like you said, there you bought platinum back when it was probably $2,000 an ounce. Is now at 800. Yeah, different one there, that's for sure. Today is, yep, there we go. Might be tight, right? I'll grab a few grams because that's what I can afford. That's mud swats. I think it's very pretty precious metal on the way back to 3K, says mud swat. On its way back down to 3K. Mud swat says, then I'm buying. Silver Steeler says, nice channel, mud swat. I threw some support your way. Stacks and Stuff is here. Hey man, how you doing? Sorry I'm late. No problem at all. Well, we're still going through things here. Silver Nitrate says, I bought BTC at $200. Man, jeez. But then Coinbase was outlawed in Hawaii, so I was forced to sell at 250. Man, hey, at least you still made a profit. That was some profit you made, though. But yeah, that kind of sucks. Jody Rhodes says, Bitcoin's just a long-term gamble. Jody doesn't trust Bitcoin. Right, let's look here. What do we have? There you go. That to me is the key here. Right, it was 47. It was like 49 to this morning. Then it was 48 in the afternoon. Now it's 47. We're just gradually, the wheels are sort of grinding to a halt, if you can call it that, in regards to our volume. So it's 48,244. So we've got a little bit of money coming into the market. We got a market cap of 272.9 billion. We got Bitcoin at 9,823, fairly flat again. Ethereum at 218. We're going to take a look at Ethereum shortly. It might have had a breakout in regards to the chart, which we're going to take a look at. And then XRP, interesting enough, is up 1.81% to 32 cents. And it's up, obviously. The volume's always that consistency for XRP. The only time it's cooking in regards to its volume is when we had that high of almost 14,000 recently. It was sitting at about, I think it was 5 billion or something like that, 24-hour market volume. But Litecoin, they're still interesting. I'm still holding a bag of Litecoin. I'm still holding some Ethereum as well for now. And I've still got some XRP as well, which is handy because it's nearly up 2% today. Got into a new coin today, actually, guys, if you're interested. It was this one here, Nano, currently $1.38. There's only 133 billion of them versus 42 billion, 100 billion XRP. Interestingly enough, its high was about $37. Its high was $37 in January of last year. So I think for $1.38, I think that's a pretty good buy as far as I'm concerned. And it's up. And there was some good news there about 2 weeks ago in regards to it. Some of you guys, if you guys want to do your research and check it out, that is one token I just bought today. I thought, this looks interesting. Considering its high was $37 last year. Even if we were to see double that, there's only 133 million of them. And it's pre-mined as well, so that is the total. They can't make any more of them. Right, the volume is only 18 million though. However, for that price, so we'll see it. I might short it. I've got a bag of those, so we'll see how I get on there. Sorry, just going through here. So we'll see Aussie Alchemist. Hey man, how you doing? Pull the trigger on those slab coins. Awesome, man. I pulled the trigger on a slab coin too. Yeah, I've got actually my birthday tomorrow, and I told my wife to buy me a slabbed coin, so I'll be doing a video on that separately. I've also got another package as well, which I'm only going to open tomorrow, but that'll be a surprise. I'll be doing a video next week on that. Jody Rhodes says, unless there's mass adoption, I'm not buying $10,000 for something I can't hold. Jody, coin collector, man, how you doing? Step stacker, I got into new coin on Wednesday. My first gold coin, 10th ounce. It cost me 10.5 ounces of silver. Wow, man. That is Step Stacker, got his first gold piece. Graham Stacker says, some crypto I can afford. Silver Steeler says, Limey, my post office has finally fixed its sinkhole about after two and a half years. I'll be sending out some mail your way soon. Okay, thanks, Silver Steeler. I'll have a PO box again. I have to go. I hit the like button. No problem. Thanks, Silver Steeler. I'll chat to you soon, my friend. Take care, buddy. Yeah, it'll be exciting weekend for me. Really looking forward to that. Right, so I think someone mentioned something about mass adoption. Well, adoption is slowly getting there in regards to cryptocurrency. So let's kick this one off here. This is Norwegian Air starts accepting cryptocurrency for ticket payments, and this was published shortly. Norway's biggest airline, Norwegian Air, will soon start accepting cryptocurrency as payment method for its ticket purchases. Bjorn Kjos, CEO of the airline, said that the plans for cryptocurrency exchange called Norwegian Block Exchange have also been drawn up. So he's obviously also looking at starting his own exchange. While cryptocurrency payments will go live sometime this fall, obviously it looks like an American article. We don't use the term fall here. The exchange will reportedly be ready as early as August. NBX will integrate into the airline's reward program, and customers will be able to earn by trading on the exchange. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. So there's some kind of reward scheme on that on that exchange. Sounds interesting. Right, Norwegian Air to own cryptocurrency exchange. The exchange will start operating for Norwegian customers next month and will be gradually launched in the neighboring countries later on. After the exchange launch, MBX will create a payment solution for the airline, which will allow customers to pay using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Stig Kjos Matheson, the head of the newly launched exchange, said that the customers will earn cash points on trades in the exchange and on payments for airline tickets. Observers Invest, the company responsibility for building the exchange, raised over $25,000 in its first capital round. The plans to connect air cargo to blockchain technology, he added, that there is a need for serious marketplace where one can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Kjos Matheson said that he's looking at this as a great way for the airline to save money. He's also said that provisions such as customer identification could reduce the marketplace's chance of being indirectly involved in money laundering. So I presume that's probably KYC, or what they call, there's another term for that here in Europe, and terror financing. He seemed optimistic about the future of cryptocurrency, saying that when the companies start trading cryptocurrencies instead of private individuals, the industry will take big leaps forward. The Kjos family embraces cryptocurrency, according to the report by Yahoo Finance. Kjos's son, Lars Ola Kjos, motivated him to explore the cryptocurrency market potential. Lars bought around $400,000 of Bitcoin prior to November 2017. Wow. He's also been working with the airline for many years now, and he's also a board member of the Norwegian Block Exchange that is owned by the Kjos family. So it's great to have someone with the knowledge in a family business that is extremely bullish on cryptocurrencies, guys. I mean, just look at that. His son there's obviously a bright spark. He knows that this is one window they can explore. He's pushing through with it. I think it's great. It's great to see that. Let's have a look. Blended Whiskey, man, how you doing? Blended Whiskey. It's good to see you, man. It's great to see everyone here. We've got Stacks and Stuff, Graham Stacker, Coin Collector, Blended Whiskey, Step Stacker, Jody Rhodes as well, Coin Collector, Aussie Alchemist. Man, there's some great names here. Thanks, guys. Right, Norwegian Air's cryptocurrency operation is likely to be part of the company's diversification efforts. So obviously, diversification, they want to reduce risk. Since April 2018, the group's shares have fallen by 75%. Its finances still appear to be in trouble due to the growing competition from transatlantic airlines in the long-haul market. Norwegian Air, however, is not the first travel company to go cryptocurrency route. In May 2018, Cheap Air became the world's first travel agency to accept Litecoin Bitcoin Cash, and Dash as a payment method for flight and hotel bookings. The agency has notably been accepting payments in Bitcoin since 2013. Wow, that is some time ago. Do you think Norwegian's air crypto push will keep the company from financial doom? It's funny how you've got companies like Deutsche Bank. They want to revolutionize their whole marketing and obviously their shares, and they've cut loads of jobs. So they're looking now at cryptocurrencies in a big way. And then you've got a company like this as well, also in a similar situation financially, that are also looking at cryptocurrencies. So you've got Deutsche Bank on the one, also exploring it, and then you've got this airline too, also considering it, even though there was, another airline offering cryptocurrency acceptance for ticket payments. So I think it's pretty good. Let's have a look. Blended Whiskey says sold out of the Proof Gold Swan. Wow, were you thinking of buying one of them, Blended Whiskey? That's what it says. I can't stand the premium or how PMs are so inflated. It's $55 for a gram when it should be spot. I know, it's disgusting. I know, you're absolutely right. It's hideous, man. My question is, how do you trade it for spot? Okay, I'm not. Are you talking about? You talking about platinum? Can't stand the premium for how precious metals are so inflated. It's $55 for a gram. It should. I think it's probably gold you're referring to. The spot is. Oh, sorry. Actually, it might be platinum. Sorry, you just need to clarify. Is it platinum? Oh, it says any PM. Apparently. Wow. Okay. I haven't really looked at buying small grams, to be honest. Mod swap. That's very interesting, though. I need to take a look at that. My question is, how can you trade it for spot? I know. Yeah. Yeah. that is a good point. Stacks and Stuff saying thank you. Right, let's have a look here. Okay, so that is that one there, and then we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. This is Libra. Bitcoin aside, should we be fearful of any institutional drive into cryptocurrency? We're excited. Right, let's check Bitcoin out. It's approaching 9.8 currently. It's 9.795. We're approaching this critical mass indicator over here, and that's where it was there. Personally, I think this is obsolete now, but we'll keep it there. We'll see what happens now. I drew this line because I was matching it to the highest line there, which is technically that one. So I put the downtrend line down. It then tried to break through. It's trying to break through already there on that level. It's trying to break on that level, and we might have a third attempt here. And will it be successful or be rejected? We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's 97.95. Let's look at Litecoin, everyone. I don't know if any of you have got Litecoin. I certainly hold Litecoin currently. The Litecoin halving is next month. So I'm pretty much, I wouldn't say hedging. I suppose you could say I'm hedging. I'm hedging on that price going up. Interesting enough here, looking at the price of Litecoin here. I don't know if we're having, it looks like we might be having a breakout from this descending resistance line. We'll have to see if that is going to be maintained. It's $93.75. It's 52 cents up on the day, which is, well, on the hour really. So not that great. You can clearly see there's a heavy resistance level right at that level at 94.24. There's our ascending support line, which could be pulled out actually, because we've got those other two ones there. So even if we would do that, something like that, we still have this line here. We're going to see what happens on that line there. So Bitcoin possibly could be making a move. Litecoin could be possibly making a move right now. And Ethereum has already made a move. It's pushed right through its resistance level. And there was a strong candle up. Look at that. Straight up there. If anyone bought Ethereum at this level here, you're immediately $5 up. Obviously, if you sold straight up at the top. It's then pulled back down. We're about sitting around the 218 level. We've got two red candles since then as well. So not showing enough support really to hold this level. We'll have to wait and see how things pan out there. But it is out of that descending channel line. But Jody Rhodes has got a comment there. We're going to Power's gone. Well, I can't do anything.